She bought it, look like she fainting for daddy. Pistol on me and I ain't got a flash.
Share my shit, twin. Share my shit. Share my shit. Share my shit, twin. Share my shit. Share my shit. I just like the way you keep it. Can't help but feel on that booty. Yeah, fell on that booty. Get a little ratchet. All right. Welcome back, y'all. Hello. How are you guys doing? If you have been here from the beginning, yet again, thank you, and motherfucking thank you. Welcome to True Spit, where we do it for the news and not the views. So I just came up with that. Should be popping. Y'all, welcome back. This is episode 4 of True Spit. Everybody that has not shared this, go ahead and share this to your page right now. Get in here and share. Now, I came on a little bit last week and I talked about the Black House and how we were going to bring back, and I'm saging this episode, y'all, because they're going to be coming. So I have to sage this episode, okay? Yeah, sage, trap music, and the mountains. That's right. I mean, I have my combinations that work for me. So what we're going to do today, guys, we are going to talk about the Black House. And we're going to talk about mental health and how mental health is just not for Black people. I said it. She said, what she say? She said, what? It's not what? Yeah, mental health is not for us. Mental illness, let me say that, not mental health, excuse me. Mental illness is not for us. I'm gonna break all of that good shit down. You feel me? So this is an episode, guys, truly, I like to have fun. I like to joke. I love shit like that. But this is going to be one of those things that you need to hear. You may not want to sit and listen to everything or whatever the case may be, but there's going to be some shit you need to hear. And we're in a part of life that we need education, and we need to know, we need grounding as Black people. We need strength, and we need to know where our strength comes from and how we can get that back. And our mental health is essentially at the heart of that. So if you do know me, since about 2015, I have been publicly, and when I say publicly, that's when I started my Instagram page for Just Trying to Make It, have been like a mental health advocate. So when I say that, if people needed resources, things like that in their area, I would search them out for them. I've helped friends of mine raise money, fed the homeless, little things that I feel is important for me and my community, and things that I could do. Okay. And then more importantly, I started Just Trying to Make It because I felt as though somebody else had to be going through the things that I was going through, and somebody had to possibly, be feeling like they were alone and having trouble dealing with it. So because a lot of people will say, well, Miracle, what makes you qualified, and this, that, and the third. I survived the things that I have survived and lived through, and I'm able to come through with a smile on my face, have killed some, or have made some kill themselves, or things like that. So that's what makes me qualified. My God is what makes me qualified. And like I say, everything isn't for everybody, but it is. It has been on me since I've realized that I beat that shit to share it and to tell my people, because this don't go for everybody. And I'm okay with saying that. I used to be afraid to say that, but we are different. We are unique. And there's certain things that are inside of us and our DNA, and only our DNA, that we have to deal with and that we have to assess in order to be successful. So we're going to get into these mountains, and we're going to get into this sage and my other stuff. We're going to get into it all. All right. So y'all, I want you guys to comment through this. If you have questions, if I say something that you don't quite understand, or you want me to break it down a little further, please go ahead and do that. And I want you guys to share this video, share the hell out of this, not for the views, but this is going to be some stuff I'm guaranteeing you somebody else's that you know is going to need to hear. All right. So if you're just joining, we're talking about mental illness and how mental illness is not for Black people. This is my first official Black House coming back, and this is what it is about. How can I say that mental illness is not for Black people? Okay. First, what we have to do is we have to look at the word. All right. So the first thing is we have to know what we're talking about and what we're referencing. Okay. So the word mental illness, by definition, it is defined as a wide range of conditions that affect mood, thinking, and behavior. Okay. All the word conditions means, guys, it's the state of something. It's how something looks, how something appears, how something is displayed. That's the condition thereof. Its state is the condition. Okay. Mental, of course, that means your mind. And illness is a disease, of course, that's affecting the body or the mind. So a wide range of state of something is what mental illness is. A wide range of state of emotion. That's what mental illness is. We are all mentally ill because we all have a wide range of states of emotions. If you have questions, if I say something that you don't quite understand or you want me to break it down a little further, please go ahead and do that. And I want you guys to share this video, share the hell out of this, not for the views, but this is going to be some stuff I'm guaranteeing you somebody else's that you know is going to need to hear. All right. So if you're just joining, we're talking about mental illness and how mental illness is not for Black people. This is my first official Black House coming back, and this is what it is about. How can I say that mental illness is not for Black people? Okay. First, what we have to do is we have to look at the word. All right. So the first thing is we have to know what we're talking about and what we're referencing. Okay. So the word mental illness, by definition, it is defined as a wide range of conditions that affect mood, thinking, and behavior. Okay. All the word conditions means, guys, it's the state of something. It's how something looks, how something appears, how something is displayed. That's the condition thereof. Its state is the condition. Okay. Mental, of course, that means your mind. And illness is a disease, of course, that's affecting the body or the mind. So a wide range of state of something is what mental illness is. A wide range of state of emotion. That's what mental illness is. We are all mentally ill because we all have a wide range of states of emotions. We all do. We all do. Okay? That's thing number one. So hold that definition. Hold that definition. Okay? Y'all have to remember, as Black people, we came from just pure greatness. Understanding where you come from, your lineage, what's in your veins, what's pumping through, what makes you dark. And I'm not talking about just your skin. I'm talking about your soul, Black people. I'm talking about y'all spirits. You guys have to remember that our ancestors used to get raped. And I'm talking our men and our women. The women would watch their men get raped. They would watch their children be victimized and just tortured. And in the same span of that very day, our ancestors would go into their quarters at the end of the day and cook, sing songs, teach, and comfort their children. And get up and do it all over again the very next day. That's what we come from. So what we've got to start doing is when people start talking about slavery and everything that was done to us, you got to turn that into everything that we survived in one day. In one day. Everything we used to survive in one day. Okay? So keep with me, okay? Our ancestors would make church anywhere. I wouldn't care where we would make church around a tree, in the forest. We would make church in the quarters. We would make church at someone's house. Church was here. Church wasn't in no damn building. Church was in the children listening to the elders, and the elders being honest. Okay? So if our ancestors could come from, okay, seeing, living, and breathing torture their whole fucking lives, okay? So you got to remember, y'all, it was some slaves that's people that started out as slaves and didn't stay slaves. So it was some people that started off as slaves and got free and lived wonderful fucking lives. So to sit there and let westernized culture tell me as a black person that I'm supposed to be so grief-stricken, or I'm supposed to be so sad, or I'm supposed to be so displaced because I lost someone. That's wrong. It's another ploy. That's all it is. How I know? Everybody that has went to a therapist, that have talked to somebody, what did they tell you? Think positive, right? And you be like, what the fuck? Because I was this person. Man, what the fuck, man? They don't understand what the fuck I got going on. I'm talking about think positive. You can't just think positive. What the fuck, man? I got this. Bills, baby mama, da. Think positive. They trying to tell me to think positive. That's the motherfucking key. These people told us what they were going to do to us. Put it in a book. They'll never find it. Every fucking thing you need is in a book. Miracle. People like, Miracle, how you know this? I be reading. One day I woke up and was like, yo, I'm gonna start reading. I just want to learn some shit. Some shit I don't know. Let me just do that. They told us everything that they were going to do to us, y'all. And they did it. And they're still doing it. And giving us mental illness was one of the biggest things. That's how they continued slavery outside of the plantations. Along with taking rap music, which we will do a show on that as well. So moving on. Where did this mental illness shit start coming out? Y'all ever thought about that? Anxiety, depression. Let's think about the things they classify as mental illness. Because remember, mental illness is simply conditions, the state of your mind and your body. That's all it is. That's what it's called. And the illness is a sickness of the state of. So mental illness is a sickness of the state of your mind. And you telling me I got to take a pill to fix that? And it's my mind? No. I don't. I can. I could. It helps. But I don't fucking have to. I don't have to. I'm going to tell you why. So, I was in school for psychology. And the last time I went to school for psychology, I've been 3 times. And I can never finish because I always encounter some bullshit. So the last time I was in school, we had to do a paper. And the paper was on mental illness. And I had to end up like kind of searching back in the origins and things like that. And when I got down to it and I realized that black people didn't start filling up these insane asylums until after the 1865. Oh, really? Okay. So black people in mental illness and insane asylums, they began to put us in insane asylums when we would escape and come back. Some of us went to insane asylums because they said, what's wrong with these niggas? We need to find out what's going on in these niggas' brains to make them feel like they can live without us. To make them feel like they don't need us. To make them feel like they are okay without us. That's what they did. That's when it started. And slave owners started going crazy without their niggas. Because they didn't know how to cook. Didn't know how to clean. Their women were out of fucking control. So, when I tell y'all, no matter what the fuck you go through on this earth, You need to sit back and you have got to realize what the fuck you came from as a black individual. I don't care if you got a splash of black blood in you. It's in you. And you have got to realize the just sheer and utter power that resides inside of just you. Just you. So guys, I'm doing this research paper. That's how it all started coming about. And I was like, yo, this is some total and utter bullshit. I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is some bullshit. They trying to just fluff me and no, dropped out. It was no longer for me. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this all full circle, guys. Mental illness is not for black people. So when I say that, somebody's gonna say, oh, well, yes, I dealt with mental illness for many, many years. That's how we got here. And I'm gonna tell y'all the story of how it went. But we are not meant to be in bed all day, not being able to function with our children. We are not meant to be so hurt or so grief stricken that we can't perform our duties. That's not what we're meant. That is not how it is meant to be. We are so much better than that. And I had to realize that myself. So 2009 I lost my father, and then in 2011 I lost my mother and my grandmother, and then I lost a sister, like all in from 2009 and 2011. That is when my demise started mentally. My mental health was just fucked up. I tell anybody, if I happen to have met you between the years of 2011 and 2015, I am sorry. I'm really sorry, because I was a really fucked up individual, and it ain't really no telling. I might have said some crazy shit to you. I might have trashed your ass out. I might have cussed you out. Like, it was probably like a lot of things that, probably just were really bad. So I apologize to anybody that I met during that time of life. But it was because essentially I was just well put together pain. I had no soul, and so this is when my mental health, I guess, demise started. So grief is what triggered mine. And then I had a child. I lost a parent 2 weeks after one son's birthday, and had a child 2 weeks before one parent died. So there was a lot of just raw emotions and feelings attached to a lot of things in my life. And me being an empath, it broke me down. And if anyone, y'all know me, I'm very transparent, and I was displaying that. So in 2015, as my mother would say, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just said, you know what? God started working with me. It was 2015. And I was just like, I got to do something. Because I was drinking, drugging, and it was just too much. So the first thing that I know how to do is, okay, if I'm having mental health problems, I'm feeling suicidal, or, I'm having bad anxiety and depression to where I can't even get out of the bed, or I'm so irritable, I don't want to deal with nobody. Let me go talk to a therapist. Let me go get me some help. So I seek out therapy help. And, first thing they want to do, talk to you. They want to put you on meds and shit like that. I ain't no damn better. I had seen my mother go through the same things, and so, okay, this is how she handled it, so let me handle it the same way. So I went through the therapy, and I went through the meds, and then it just became more of an issue. The medications, the side effects. I was fat. I was unfucking comfortable. And then I still had this bogged downness. I wasn't free from my problems. I was just not feeling my problems. Everything was still there. All that westernized shit does is just numb you. That's all that shit does, is numb you and fucks with your own chemicals in your brain to where you can't process your anger, your rage, your love. You can't process those things because you're so chemically dependent. So I tried that shit, y'all. It didn't work. And I said, I got to find some purpose, because things were getting really, really dark. And that's when I started just trying to make it. JTMI. And because that's what I was trying to do from day to fucking day, y'all. I was just trying to make it to the next moment, to the next second. And once I said, hey, I'm tired of just trying to make it. But there's got to be somebody else who's doing the same thing. So I said, I got to get back to black. And a friend of mine, they said, what do you, Miracle, what you mean? You got to get back to black. I said, well, I got to get back to my essence. I have to get back to my roots. I have to get back to what I know for sure. And whatever I don't know, I need to just go discover. Okay? And that's what I needed to do. So, I stopped. I stopped pharmaceuticals cold turkey. I started eating right. And I started documenting these things. And then I started using the essential oils. We're going to have another show and we'll talk about the tools that I use to beat mental illness. So after I changed how I ate, I found my little purpose. You know what I'm saying? JTMI, it gave me that. I just documented my story for everyone to see and was just very transparent, put myself out there. As a woman, part of my healing for my mental illness was getting in contact with my feminine energy. It would have never fully came full circle if I hadn't have done that. We will have the feminine energy goddess guru on the show very soon to talk to our women about that. And I'm also going to get a male to come up here and talk to our brothers about the things that we need from them in the Black house. So the biggest thing about this and me beating mental illness is that after I decided I was going back to my roots and found my feminine energy and started riding on the essence of who I am and walking in the light of who I am and not letting anybody dim that shit, not dumbing myself down no more for nobody. You have to live and walk and breathe in your glory, not anybody else's. And it doesn't even matter if no one else says they see it, because trust me, they do. They're going to act like they don't. But they see it. It be people watching you and hating on you that you would never even fathom. But you just keep fucking going. You just keep going and don't stop that shit for nobody. Like I used to not write poetry because I was like, they not gonna understand it. So then I had to realize either you're gonna roll with it or get rolled on. Either you're gonna like that shit or you're not. Either everything is not gonna be for everybody.